Iris is gone.
Yes, bags packed, up and away.
Oh, yes. And who held the door open and who threw her out?
Well, I thought it was going to be like that. I feared it might, but it wasn't.
Oh?
Well, Adam's famous temper.
And?
Controlled it beautifully.
Well, bully for him.
You helped, you know.
Did I?
By going to see her.
Oh, that. Well, yes, I sort of pointed the finger and...
Yeah, well, worked the oracle. I mean, when we got back there, she was all packed up and ready to go, which quite took the wind out of our sails. However, she's gone and I'm wonderfully free.
Are you indeed? If you'd like to take a look at the fodder they have waiting in reception for your in-tray, freedom will be the last thought in your mind.
Oh, is that bad, is it?
Overflowing. Why, wonderfully free.
Iris is gone.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Packed her bags and took off into the night.
And that makes you feel wonderfully free?
Yes.
I thought she was meant to be a domestic help, not a hindrance.
I think I'd better go and see what wonderful things reception have got for me.
Take your wheelbarrow.
Do you know, darling, you're a very lucky man.
Now, is that an observation on my life in general, or is there a stroke of luck I know not of?
To have such good friends. Iris Scott, you know, wheedled her way into their home, telling them about Rosemary and the tapes and the contents.
Blackmail?
Nasty word, but very apt, yes.
Why on earth didn't they come to us?
Well, they assumed, or rather indeed believed, that you didn't know. And they wanted to spare you that knowledge. So they put up with a lot of misery. But as good friends, they've turned up trumps, don't you think?
Ill?
Very.
But how?
To my untrained eye, she looked extremely feverish when she came down for breakfast. She had a bite of her food, a sip of her coffee, then dashed upstairs, fully intent not to retain either for digestion.
Oh, dear.
Shuey McPhee is busily protesting his innocence. Of course, we know the food is not to blame.
It must be the dreaded flu bug. Still, better not take any chances.
With half the staff and clientele down, we might be in for an epidemic.
Now, you mustn't treat it lightly.
Oh, don't worry, I shan't, especially when it gets to me.
Oh, hello. Yes, Dr. Wilcox, please. Yeah, Oh, Gail, could you just pass me all that stuff down there? That is, if your arms are heavy enough, strong enough. Oh, hello. Yes, it's Jill Chance here from Crossroads Motel. No, I'm fine. Well, I am at the moment, anyway. No, it's one of our guests, actually. It's a Mrs. Vaughan. Well, really, the sort of flu symptoms. It's headache and feverish and sickness. Yes. Oh, that would be fine. Yes. Thanks very much. Bye. He's going to call in on his rounds.
Good, thanks.
Where does it all come from?
Oh, can you manage that?
Oh, I think I can just about struggle through to the office. Well, oh, Kath, just a minute.
Yeah.
Hang on. I think you ought to know. Iris has left us.
Left?
Yes, last night.
Oh, don't say she walked out on you.
Oh, no. It's more sort of mutual agreement.
Oh, I couldn't see it working. I really couldn't. I mean, she's all right about the house. She's handy enough, but living in. When she told me, I knew you'd rue the day.
Well, we all make mistakes.
She'll be plonking herself on my doorstep again, I suppose.
I shouldn't think so. She said she was going to London.
Oh, without so much as a fond farewell. That's typical, isn't it? Still, she'd turn up again, I suppose, like a bad penny. Still, sorry she let you down.
Oh, no, really, we're quite happy about it.
Oh, so there's no harm done then?
No harm.
Oh.
Oh, this is enough to keep me going. Oh, where's Barbara?
She's popped down to the village. Do you want a hand?
No, not really. Has she had her flu jabs lately?
Barbara, I don't know why.
Oh, they're going down like ninepins.
Who are?
Oh, well, there's Etty and Mew from the cafeteria, and then there's Jessie in the kitchen, and now one of the guests has just rushed over to a chalet hoping to get there in time.
Phone the group practice.
I already had, and Dr. Wilcox is going to call in on his way round.
Good. You take a lot on yourself, don't you?
What, a quick phone call to the surgery? I'll have you know I can do that at a moment's notice.
Iris?
Oh. Barbara's told you then?
Yes.
Oh, she shouldn't have bothered you.
Oh, yes, she should. Otherwise I wouldn't have known. It doesn't bother me. Came to terms with that a long time ago. It would have bothered me if I hadn't been able to thank you. I don't dismiss it. It was a tremendous thing to do, trying to shield me like that, and I appreciate it more than I can tell you. I was going to say it's given me a new insight into our relationship, but that wouldn't be true. If someone had told me this story and asked me to guess what you would do about it, I'd have guessed right. And that is a very nice feeling. I mean, knowing I'm still a good guesser.
Well, look, Adam, well, did as much as me.
Now, thank Adam, too.
Well, let it count for something. That's all I ask.
Count?
Between you.
Oh, it does.
Mad dear, could you cool these down for luncheon, please? The restaurant fridge, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, Mr. Brown.
Diane, is the game soup on?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want me to go and check?
No. Where were you going?
It's called a break.
Testy?
Yes. And you're very early with the joys of spring, aren't you? Or late, depending on whatever you think.
If you're referring to Lisa.
I was referring to Lisa, yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Even if you didn't bother to give me a cigar or whatever it is you do.
I didn't tell you.
No.
I didn't tell you because I wasn't making the announcements myself. Otherwise, you would know. Are you upset that I didn't?
Yes, I am a bit. Still, I suppose I should have guessed.
See, I find the whole thing so embarrassing. Not the fact, the reaction.
Well, I'm sorry I mentioned the cigars.
That's exactly what I meant.
But I did mean the congratulations.
I know you did.
You're a very lucky fella.
I am, aren't I?
And she is a very lucky girl.
You mean that?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I've examined your guest, Mrs. Vaughan. It's flu. Simple flu. There is no need to worry about food poisoning, which I believe someone suspected.
That'll set everyone's minds at rest, our chefs in particular.
Or if someone could get this prescription made up for her.
Yes, of course. Oh, Di. Nice little job for you. How about nipping down to the chemist in the village and getting that made up?
What, on my break?
Well, no, later. It's not urgent, is it?
Oh, no, she's sleeping now.
Oh, that's all right then.
Okay. Thanks for coming, Dr. Wilcox. I shall go and see our chef now and tell him it wasn't the food. He will be pleased.
Oh, I have a message for you.
Oh, really? Who from?
Nina. Well, a greeting. She was on her toy telephone to you last night. Apparently you were having quite a spirited conversation.
You were round at Denise's, were you?
Another one with flu.
Who, Nina?
Oh, no, she seems to be immune to this particular bug.
How is she otherwise, then, at Denise?
Well, she's got a part-time job. Trouble is, it's at home, sewing, so she's still isolated. Go and see her.
Oh, yeah, I will. I keep meaning to.
Well, do then.
I said I will.
Sorry.
We keep doing that, don't we?
Not arguing?
Well, it's not your fault and it's not my fault.
No, I shouldn't have pushed.
No, it's just your way. I mean, you're a doctor, aren't you? The thing is, I'm always so busy. You know how it is. I mean, I'm either doing the laundry or balancing my checkbook or writing to my son. I mean, you must find it with your committees and that. You know, you do everything you're supposed to do and think you're supposed to do, and then you run yourself into the ground. At least I do. And do you find that you have time for all your friends?
Well, I'm relatively new here. I don't have all that many.
It must get quite lonely for you.
Well, I have my son.
Well, I had my son for 2 years, but I still got lonely. I mean, you've got to stay in a lot, you know, when you've got a kid.
Well, mine's old enough to get out. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to be lonely.
Well, I think everybody's got time for that.
Yes, well, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you again, Mrs. Hunter.
Yeah. I'll see you.
How are you then? Still sore?
Bearing up. Yeah. I feel a lot better now I've got my paperwork here.
Oh, looks like the Crossroads garage in here. Would you like me to do round a bit?
No, I can live with the dust. Vic, take the weight. It's my fault anyway. I mean, I asked Carol to bring all this home.
Well, that's what she was doing, was
Yeah.
it?
I couldn't just sit idly by and let Sid Hooper wreck the joint. It's me that's got to face the music next week.
Well, you're going back that soon, are you?
Well, no. The doctor's been today, read me the riot
Yeah,
act.
I knew he would. I knew you'd be down. That's why I called in.
I was going to get into a taxi and go down and see for myself.
Oh, you couldn't do that.
Do you want a cup of tea?
No, I just came in to know if there was anything you wanted, because Kevin's taking me up the hypermarket tonight to Castlewood to do a bit of shopping. I wondered if there was anything I could pick up for you.
No, not really. Thanks very much. But Carol usually goes. You know, Colin drives her up. He pushes the trolley for her.
I always forget you got Colin here.
Yeah, it's less than useless today. You say yes to a cup of tea?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look, I've got 10 minutes. I'll get it for you.
No. Sit down. Colin, mash the tea, will you? So how are you, then? How's Katie?
Oh, she's still dictating the tune, you know. She jumps, we jump up too. Up at 4. Glenda always tells me to get back to bed. She says I'm interfering, but you know what kids are like. Is he all right?
Yeah. He's in love.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, makes him even more moronic than usual. Colin, hey, cup of tea. Mrs. Brownlow and me. Kettle, kitchen. Yeah, if you like. See what I mean?
I remember when Glenda fell for the first time.
What's that? Sugar?
Oh, no, thanks, love, no. No, I mean in love. Oh, starry-eyed she was.
Eh?
You, mooning about.
Get lost.
It's only a theory.
Do you know who it is?
No. That is the most he's said today.
Oh, he's touchy then, is he?
Yeah. You know, I don't think it suits his style, like, you know, being in love. He doesn't like to be reminded that deep down inside he's exactly the same as everybody else. I think he's afraid of being left alone. Like me.
Well, I better go and rescue the tea, hadn't I?
Loves young dreams, probably scalded himself. He'll make somebody a lovely husband.
Yes. Oh. Yes. I was wondering where he was, too. Or did you want Adam?
No, Mr. Hunter.
Ah, well, we can wait together. Is it important?
I was wondering, do you share the same solicitor?
Why, are you going to sue us?
I don't have a solicitor locally.
Oh, well, mine's in London. Oh, I could give you David's solicitor if you wish.
Please.
I almost forgot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To you both.
Lisa is staying.
I didn't think there was any question of her not.
Well, David wanted the whole affair to be made known publicly to avoid disruptiveness.
Why would you have preferred to have kept it secret?
I don't know. Lisa wasn't sure. I was afraid I might embarrass her. But when I explained what the alternative might be, she understood.
And what's the alternative?
That she goes.
But why?
Because of the disruptiveness.
Oh.
You heard of my incident with Colin Sands.
Toe to toe. Yes, I heard. So David insisted.
Yes, he was very, very decent. I think I'm glad.
You think? She didn't want to leave the job.
She didn't want to leave me.
Oh, yes. The name and number of the solicitor. Litigation?
No, something much simpler. I have to have a new will drawn up.
Oh, making Lisa your heir or your heiress?
Mm-hmm.
No need to be so morbid,
No,
surely.
it's not morbid. It's just neat. When you have a grown-up child, you have intimations of mortality.
Seems so practical.
I know. But you cannot make up for the lost years.
She doesn't seem to be deprived of anything.
Only of a father.
She'll do anything for you, you know, that Kath. There's not many of them to the pound, you know.
And her old man's pushing up the daisies, isn't he? Well, move in there if you reckon she can bring you a bit of joy. Blimey, shouldn't need me to jog it over.
What's this, the converted doing the preaching?
Don't know what you mean.
You. Proper smitten by the looks of you. Kath was dead embarrassed.
Well, this bird, you see, innit? Strange piece of work. She gives me aggravation.
You going to tell us who it is?
Yeah, when there's something to tell.
Kath reckoned it was Lisa Walters.
Yeah, well, you can forget that because it's not her.
Oh, yeah. I know she's been here to dinner. Cosy din-dins. You used up the whole week's bacon ration.
Ah, Carol told you, didn't she? Blab her mouth. I was warned off, wasn't I? By Paul Ross, you know, the waiter bloke.
fallen out with her, have you?
He asked me to come outside, didn't he?
You what?
Well, he was asking for a right knuckling, wasn't he? Lisa was gonna bundle on me, and he was hovering about, making snidey remarks about how she was the perfect secretary, and I was riffraff.
You were never brawling, were you?
Oh, don't panic. We didn't fight. Most damage I did was to my own face. Hey, I fell over, see?
Yeah, I noticed that. It's not surprising, is it? There's plenty of fellas about, upset with you pinching their birds.
He wasn't her fella. She was gone on me. She told me so. See, that's what I couldn't understand.
He's her dad.
Who?
Paul Ross. Kath told me. Paul Ross is Lisa Walters' father.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot. Well. I'm going to get a bath.
Stay away from the motel, will you? Hey, when you finish punching the waiters, that's our livelihood.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm ready for bed.
Who's complaining?
Well, where have you been? I've been waiting around since 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry. I just stopped by for a swift,
Yeah, I can smell it.
for you.
Are you sure it's not for you? I made some beef burgers, but they're probably all nasty
great.
now.
You don't mind a few crumbs in the bed?
Oh, go on. I suppose you'd better open the wine.
In a minute.
Careful.
Look, I've been doing a lot of thinking.
Oh, you as well?
Mutual.
Well, you could say. I spilt some sherry trifle in somebody's lap this afternoon, just wondering if you'd thought what I said.
Nothing else?
Well, Colin,
I know, you are serious.
nothing's changed here.
Well, nothing's changed here either. Look, I don't want to let you go. I'll wait.
Can't you see? It's not a question of waiting. I just want you to see it from my point of view, that's all. I see it from yours, and I don't like it, but...
But?
Well, I quite like having you around.
Only like?
Well, a bit more than that, actually.
Well then.
Would you like some sauce with your beef burgers?
Bags.
Well, I suppose I don't mind a few crumbs.